we're going to get started. Did everybody get pen, paper, stuff to write on? There's walnuts and blueberries over here. We'll learn about those tonight. So if you want some of those, you can have some of those. If you want some of those later, you can get up and get some later too. So tonight we're going to talk about brain boost. So everybody hopefully can see the screen here. We're going to have a really fun thing to start off the class though, because we're going to take a little test to see where is our brain at right now, and then I'll teach you how to improve it.
In the evening, that's we're really at a disadvantage.
I know. Disadvantage. Hopefully you had some blueberries and some walnuts. You'll do even better. So, nothing too tricky. None of these will be super hard. And I do have the answer key, so I'll give you that when we're done. So don't feel like you're going to be leaving the puzzle. All right. So. One of the interesting stats that I read, 5.2 million people in the United States have Alzheimer's right now, and for our purposes, Alzheimer's, dementia, we'll kind of count those two things together, even though they're separate and they're not exactly the same. Either way, it's a brain disease. You can't remember things. It's affecting a lot of people, 5.2 million right now. Here's the interesting thing, though. Expected to quadruple over the next 40 years. So in the last few years, Alzheimer's is skyrocketing. You'll probably hear a lot more about this as you age, as we hear more as we go through life. Over the next 40 years, was quadruple. So we're going to find out why that might be the case. Right now, we're spending $172 billion a year. I found numbers all over the place on this, how much we're spending. It kind of depends on how many factors they include in the study as far as how much money we're spending, but this is just a rough estimate, about $172 billion a year, so a lot of money is being spent on this brain thing. Current drug treatment offers little to no help, so I know some people that are in this field and they're saying, if I was someone that had this problem, I don't know if I would even take the drugs because they don't really offer much help right now. At best, they can slow it down, definitely not reverse it, and at best, maybe prevent it for a couple months of deterioration. So this is not going to be probably the answer, even though most of the money that's being spent is looking for a cure in this drug treatment arena. That's not where the cure is going to be found. So when we talk about brain health, this picture really is a good example. I call it the cliff. So we want to be proactive, not reactive with our health, especially with our brain, because this little picture says, I feel great. So this person, as they're falling off the cliff, says, I feel great. The next caption says, by the time you notice a problem, it might be too late. So by the time this person notices that there's a problem, they don't have much opportunity to respond or to react. So they feel good the whole way down. It's when they hit the bottom that there's a problem. That's kind of how the brain is. By the time we know that we have a problem with our brain, it's kind of like the damage has been done, and now we're really struggling to catch up with it. So we want to be proactive with this thing and not wait till we have a major brain problem before we have to start doing something about it. So the brain test, we're going to evaluate a few different categories. This is kind of what they will look for with brain. So we're looking at language, thought, memory, execution function, judgment, attention, perception, and remembering skills. So even though it's the end of the day, we'll test your abilities a little bit. It is going to be timed, so you may not get all the answers, but it'll be kind of fun. So everybody has something to write with? So the first test, this is an example. We had this one on the board. We're going to give you 3 letters, and you want to write down as many. This is not the one, so don't start writing yet. We're going to give you a couple. We're going to give you 30 seconds, and you get to write down as many words that start with those 3 letters as you can. And you get 1 point for each letter of the word that you write. So, example, baker is 5 points. Baking would be 6 points. If you want to grab a seat and get a pen. So we're going to play a game. So you get to write down words that start with the letters. All right, ready? Your mark, set, go. So SCR is the... There are actually words that start with SCR. All right, 30 seconds is up. No cheating, no going back and putting words down later. You're only cheating yourself, I'm not correcting you. Alright, so test 2, now we're going to test our math skills. This is one of the things. So we're going to get only 15 seconds this time, it's kind of quick. And they're not hard questions, but the one thing to pay attention to on this next one is the numbering is going to go across, so it's not up and down. So it's going to test your ability to transpose the numbers into the correct spaces. So the number is actually 1, 2, 3 across. It's actually part of the test. So, all right, you guys ready? And start. Alright, stop. Now we get to read. So it's actually test number 3. This is going to be the word problem. So similar idea, math problems, staying 15 seconds. Not as many this time. The numbers still go across. We got 15 seconds, and these are word problems. Alright, ready? Go. Alright. The next test. This is memory. So I give you a list of some words. You have to try to remember the words that are on the screen. There's 9 of them. And so doesn't matter which order you write them in. Order is not important in this test, but remembering the words is important. So we'll give you 20 seconds to remember the words, and then we'll give you 30 seconds to write them down. Already don't know yet. All right. Now we have a new challenge. I'm hopeful that you can see the colors you guys see that this is blue and this is red, and then these letters are black. Because this is a little tricky. There's a couple seats up here if you want. We'll come back and you guys can do that. You guys can do the first couple at the end if you want. All right. So here's how this next one works. This is a little trickier. You read the first word, so this is black, and you see the color of the second word, so this is black. So black equals black, so that's a match. You read the first word blue, see the color of the second word, still black, so that's not a match. See the color, see the word here, blue, see the color here, blue, so that's a match, even though the words say blue and red. So it's a little tricky. You know,
because it says red, but the color of the word is actually blue.
Right, so the second one, they are both black, so that's not a match.
So,
They're not a match?
okay, I got you.
Because the color of this word is actually blue, which
Right.
doesn't equal black.
It's a tricky one.
It is a little tricky. So you have to read the first word, see read what the word says. On the second word, it could just be a dot, but you're only looking at the color. It doesn't matter what the word is. You're only looking at the color.
Colors, whether the colors match.
Does the color equal the word? Make sense?
So which side's supposed to equal
They're
color?
both supposed to be the same.
The first,
okay.
but the
All right.
first word
Okay,
is
got it.
what we go by.
Yep. So you read the first word, and try not to read the second word. Only look at the color. It's a little tricky. And you either write match or doesn't match. All right. So you only have like 4 seconds to decide. It's not too tricky. Write down what you think. All right. Number 2.